This just in, breaking news. Breaking news. They have just made some big changes to the team in Colorado in terms of the coaching staff. Sean Lewis, the offensive coordinator, has been moved. He's still on the team. He's not been fired or anything like that, but he's been sort of demoted. And Pat Schumer has been elevated to be the play caller, be the offensive coordinator. This is all a political move, folks. This is to make it seem this is another way of throwing your offensive coordinator under the bus. Remember, follow the narrative. Think, guys, don't be prisoners of the moment. Because when you demote an offensive coordinator, it's implied that the offensive ineptitude of Colorado is based upon the offensive play caller's ability or inability, I should say, to call correct plays. Go back to Sean Lewis's history. He runs the ball 48% of the time. He comes to Colorado with Prime's son at the helm, Shedeur Sanders, and all of a sudden, Sean Lewis doesn't call any running plays. Do you think that's Sean Lewis's MO? Or is that the agenda? Or is that the direction that's been given to him from the head coach? So Coach Prime is very smart. He moves Sean Lewis to point the finger at him. But no one's holding Coach Prime accountable. So two things are going to happen. Two things could happen. One or two things could happen. This next game against Oregon State. Number one, Colorado decides to run the ball more, which will make it seem like, oh, this is Sean Lewis's fault. And it's not Sean Lewis's fault. Or B, Colorado does the same thing and they lose again. But him removing Sean Lewis is a political move to show America that the offensive problems and the offensive line problems are placed upon Sean Lewis's head. And that's not fair to Sean Lewis. I'm sure when he went to Sean Lewis, he let him know why he's doing it. I know it's not your fault, man, but I got to do a move. Pressure's on me. People are starting to figure out what I'm trying to do, that I'm trying to pad my son's stats. But I got to make a political move to show that I am trying to make some changes. Because you know what would happen? If Coach Prime continued to let things go as they are for the last 4 games of the season, then it'll be clear as day of what his modus operandi is, or what his motive is. That his motive is to pad the son's stats. But now with this change, it shows, hey, he either made a coaching change. And then next year, they're going to get better offensive linemen. Yeah, I told you guys it was Sean Lewis's fault. It's not Sean Lewis's fault. It's not his fault. But it's being made to be that way. It's not his fault. Everything that Sean Lewis has done this year has been directed by Coach Prime. He throws rocks and hides his hand. It's not right, and it's not fair. And this is the way the world works. Media has a way of shaping the minds of people because people cannot pull themselves away from the emotional appeal and think for themselves. Look, just if you want to learn about the present and the future, look back at the past. Look back at the past. What did Sean Lewis do in Kent State? Was he an air raid kind of guy that just wanted to throw the ball all over the field without passing? No, he ran. It's not him. It's not him. It's not him. It's Coach Prime. But he made this move politically to show that he did do something to make a change. Coach Prime knows deep down in his chest that the season is over. He most likely will lose out. But he needs to do something to show that, yeah, I tried to make a change. I'm impatient. I want to win now. It's your philosophy, Coach Prime, that's killing the team. Your inability to use your backs. And I keep saying this on every video. When have we seen Colorado actually use their running backs effectively? Not just running to say you ran. You can't run Dylan Edwards through the tackles and say, well, we try to run. That's Dylan Edwards. I've seen Alton McCaskill just fall down and get 5 yards. He just falls down, boom, and gets 5 yards. Because he's tall, he's strong, he's big. I don't get it. So now all of y'all are going to be like, yeah, he got rid of Sean Lewis. Somebody else is going to come call the plays. They should be better. I'm going to tell you what. If they are pass heavy as they always are with this next offensive coordinator, the same results are going to occur. I need to look at the statistics of Oregon State. I need to see what they rank in terms of of rush defense. Rushing the passer. I need to see how they are defensively, where they rank in the Pac-12 and where they rank in the nation. That's what's going to help me make my prediction. And I need to look at all that. Because remember, UCLA had 3 out of 4 defensive linemen that were NFL prospects. That's one of the best defensive lines in the country. So I don't know what Oregon State's defensive line looks like. But Coach Prime is very intelligent. He's very calculated. He did this intentionally to point the finger. He's already thrown his offensive line under the bus numerous of times. So that's one. He's already done that. Now it's time for him to throw his offensive coordinator underneath the bus. But yet, no one is pointing the finger at Prime. It's not Prime's fault. He just needs better players. He needs a better line. He needs a better offensive coach, a better offensive coordinator. Next is going to be he needs a better defensive coordinator. Then what? I mean, it gets to a point where you guys can keep pointing fingers at everybody else, but eventually you have to land it on the head coach. Nothing. Look at Nick Saban's team. Nothing goes by without Nick Saban's okaying it. You're trying to tell me 8 games into the season, now Prime, all of a sudden you understand that you feel like Coach Sean Lewis, the offensive coordinator, is the problem? No, you've been the problem, Coach Prime. Not once, week by week, have you guys changed your offensive philosophy. It's been pass first, pass every time, pass heavy. So because the heat's coming, you just have to do something now to say, hey, I did something. I incorporated the change. I got rid of my offensive coordinator. That's a political move, folks. Poly tricks for kids. Tricks are for kids. Don't fall for that. But you guys will, because you guys are Prime enthusiasts, which is fine. You could be emotionally entranced by him. I'm not. I like his swagger. I want him to succeed. I still want Colorado to win. I like them. I like their team. I like their players. I just wish that they'll be utilized the right way. I just feel very bad for the players that are there that thought they would come in there for one thing, not knowing they came to supply and support the Shador show. Everything's there is put there for Shador. So it is, man. So Sean Lewis, again, breaking news. Sean Lewis is no longer the offensive coordinator. They've elevated Pat Schumer as the offensive coordinator. And you have idiots online right now talking about, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. We saw that coming because Coach Prime, he's impatient. He wants the offense to do better. The philosophy of the offense is what's killing the team. It's not the play calling. It's the philosophy of being pass heavy and being predictable. I keep saying this. You can't keep running the same thing and expect different results. There's no commitment to running. And when I say commit to the run, I'm not saying run the ball on every play. But damn, guys, give a healthy dose of the run. Look at Michigan State Look at Michigan, for example. They're known as a running team, but don't get it misconstrued. The quarterback passes the ball too. He also passes for touchdowns. There's nothing wrong with running the ball. Right now, Prime, you came early and you thought everything was set in place for your son to win the Heisman, and it's not working out the way you thought it was. So now you've been blaming everybody else, throwing people under the bus, just throwing your team under the bus. How do you think Sean Lewis feels this morning or this afternoon after telling him that? Even though you give him a justifiable reason to let him know it's not personal, it's something that you have to do, 90% of Americans are looking at Sean Lewis like he's been the problem. That's why Coach Prime had to make a change. No, Coach Prime is the problem. Him and his son are the problem. Him trying to pad the stats of his son, that's the problem. So Sean Lewis is gone, folks. He's gone. I mean, he's still on the team, but he's not the offensive coordinator anymore. So let's see what happens tomorrow in this game. So either A, they start running the ball more to say, hey, see, it was Sean Lewis. He was the one passing the ball all the time. We know good and well Prime does not want the running backs to shine. The only running back that he wants to shine is Dylan Edwards. You know why? Because Dylan Edwards can catch those short passes and take it to the house. But guess who those stats gets attributed to? It gets attributed to Shador because he goes on him. So Shador can throw a 2-yard pass. But if Dylan Edwards takes it 70 yards to the house, all those yards that he ran for goes on Shador's stats. I mean, it goes on Dylan Edwards' stats as well, but it also gets tacked onto the passing yards for Shador. So you see how that works? He's putting the players around his son to make his son better. Having a running back like Alton McCaskill or Hankerson or Wilkerson, if they run beast mode and they run for like 100 yards a game, that doesn't help his son get the glory. He wants his son to get all the recognition and all the fame, and Travis Hunter as well, which is why he allows him to play both sides of the ball on every freaking down, wearing that kid out. Wearing that kid out. So yeah, Sean Lewis is gone, man. He's out. Still on the team, but he's no longer the offensive coordinator. Pat Schumer has been pulled up. So you guys go ahead and bite that bait and blame Sean Lewis and say it's his fault. Like I told you guys, it's not his fault. You guys are not blaming the right person. The reason why I'm upset is not because I hate Prime. I want him to get the proper heat so he can make a change. That's the only way he can be humbled. As long as he continues to hide behind the lie and hide behind the curtain and come out with this false humility of, oh, put it on me. But if it's on you, fire yourself, Coach Prime. Why don't you step down? And if you don't step down, change your coaching philosophy and put the ball in other people's hands. Damn it. Man, all you running backs with Colorado, please leave. Hit the portal and go somewhere else where teams will actually value your talent. Because you're nothing here. You're nothing at Colorado. You're just there to watch the Shador show. That's it. Incredible.